Okay, so hello everyone. My name is Erwin Quintanilla. I will go ahead and present the recommended guidelines for anaerobic and aerobic exercise. So, anaerobic exercise, also known as resistance exercise training, it's a short bouts, high intensity exercise. Examples are sprinting, a 100-meter dash, powerlifting, and energy systems is the ATP PC system, also known as the phosphagen system. The FitB principle following training based on the ACSM. We have the frequency, the number of days per week dedicated to an exercise program, which is 2 to 3 days per week, is being recommended. The intensity, 60 to 70%, moderate to vigorous intensity. The intensity of 80%, it's vigorous to very vigorous intensity. 20% to 50%, it's 1 RM for older adults to improve power. And the time, we have no specific duration of training has been identified for effectiveness. The type involves the major muscle groups, which is the hamstrings and the quadriceps. The volume, we have the 2 to 4 sets with 8 to 12 repetitions per set with a rest interval of 2 to 3 minutes. Progression, so for the progression, follow up with a 2+2 rule. This is if the client did perform 2 more additional repetitions on 2 consecutive workouts, then additional weight should be added on the following exercise training session. Resistance exercise technique recommendations. So, proper technique should be practiced during resistance exercise training. We have the control of movements in a full range of motion. We have the concentric form, which is the shortening of the muscle, and we have the eccentric form, which is the lengthening of the muscle. So the aerobic exercise is also known as cardiovascular endurance. Long-term repetitive bouts of training involves high volumes of oxygen consumption, the inhalation of O2 levels, and exhalation of CO2. This type of exercise helps improve in the hemoglobin response. The type of examples, it's running a marathon, cycling, swimming, and the energy system involved is the oxidative system. Then for the FITTVP principle, so based on the ACSM, the recommended frequency, it's 3 to 5 days per week of moderate to vigorous intensity. The recommended intensity, it's 40 to 60%, to vigorous 60 to 90%. For the time is 30 to 60 minutes per week of moderate intensity to vigorous intensity of 20 to 60 minutes. The type of training is rhythmic and continuous. Major muscle groups are being recommended. The volume, it's 500 to 1000 meds per week for most adults. And progression, so for the progression, it's a gradual progression of exercise volume by adjusting exercise duration, and our intensity is reasonable until the desired exercise goal is attained. The differences between aerobic and anaerobic exercise. So anaerobic exercise, it's heavyweight training, high intensity exercise, results in muscle hypertrophy, and it's beneficial for the elderly to prevent the risk of falls. Aerobic exercise, it's a long-term repetitive bouts of movements, results in cardiovascular benefits, beneficial for the heart to prevent cardiovascular disease. And that's it. Thank you.